out there about social media, it can be very complicated to figure out which one is the right one for you. So, in this week's episode, we're going to be talking about how to choose the right social media and how many is too many. The most important thing to remember with social media is you don't have to be all the places all the time. I know that there's most social media experts out there saying you have got to do as many social media channels as possible. You've got to be everywhere. You've got to be all the things. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to be everywhere. You can pick just one. For me, that one is Instagram and YouTube. So I focus my efforts on both of those channels. I do have social media reserved on all the channels, but I'm not active everywhere all the time. Now, I do try my best, but again, you've got to live your life. So keeping in mind that choosing your favorite social media channel, the one that you are already interacting with, is definitely the first place to start. So when I chose to start with Instagram, I knew that that was kind of my favorite because I was always on it. And that's something that you can look at too, is which social media channels are you spending the majority of your time on? Now, here's a cautionary tale that I have found myself, and I'm sure so many of you have gotten sucked into as well, is the dreaded scroll. And it's super easy with Instagram because its focus is on pictures and videos and all the fun stuff to look at. There's lots of eye candy on Instagram, but can also distract you. So as I've mentioned before, I set limits on my social media, and that is for myself because I know that I can get sucked into so many different things. And by having that alert pop up on my phone saying, hey, you've reached your maximum limit for social media is a very good reminder for me that I've got to move on to something else. This really helps keep me focused on getting on, responding to comments, looking at my posts, making sure that everything is where it needs to be. My bio is up to date. My picture still looks good. All the different things that you can do on Instagram, I've got a finite amount of time to do those in, and it really helps me focus. So that way, I don't look down at my phone a couple hours later and realize, oh my gosh, I have gotten sucked down the rabbit hole and lost so much time. Now, the easiest way to start on any of the social media platforms is to keep it simple. You want to make sure that you are not making it super complicated. Sit down for a couple hours at a time and make sure that you're working on your social media posts. Now, there's many different experts out there that will tell you to do certain things at certain times. And again, they are probably correct, but the most that we want to focus on is consistency, consistently posting. Now, if that's once a day and that's all you can do, that's great. If you can do 3 a day, that's great. Whatever works better for you is what you need to do. And it's okay to start small. We're not trying to reach hundreds of millions of followers. We're just trying to reach the group of people that support us, that like our content. We definitely want to make sure that what we're putting out there is stuff that we're proud of. We want to take the time to create those posts so they're meaningful to the person that we are trying to serve. And I think that's the most important thing is sometimes we focus on, will this video get me the most likes? Will this post make people follow me? But the reality of it is we are looking at social media as a way to serve our future clients. When you put it into that perspective, that can shift what you're doing, what you're looking for, and making sure that social media is a place where people can connect with you. Now, another thing that you want to make sure that you do is that you carve out time to respond to people. If you are putting calls to action on your post and people are interacting with you on whatever sort of platform you're on, you want to make sure that you're responding to people. For some reason, I don't know why some people think it's okay to just post something and then forget about it and not go look at their comments, not respond to their DMs. I know everyone is super busy, but making sure that you calendar block enough time in so you can review those comments, heart, respond, however you feel it's appropriate, but don't let those comments go dark because people are looking for a response. And if they're taking time out of their busy schedule to leave a comment on your post, you want to make sure that you respond to that and make sure that you are responding to people in a timely manner. Now, don't let weeks and weeks go by. This is something that you should be doing every day. Once that post goes up, you're checking on it. And again, there's all sorts of different research and algorithms and experts, and everyone will tell you something different. But the main thing that you want to focus on is that consistency. Are you posting every day? Are you showing up in the comments and the DMs and making sure that people are feeling heard and are getting responded to? Now, one thing to keep in mind is that every social media platform is different. So, depending on which one you choose, you want to make sure that what you're creating fits within that platform. So, you're not necessarily going to use an image that you might use on Instagram over on TikTok or vice versa. YouTube has expanded in the fact that they can now do short videos in addition to its normal, regular, long term content, as well as social media posts there as well. But just keep in mind that each different social media platform has different things that they're looking to do. But again, most of them are competing with each other. So you will see some similarities. Now, if you're looking to repurpose content, make sure that the parameters that you're using, whether the orientation of your video is horizontal or vertical, make sure that that fits within another social media channel if you're planning on repurposing the content. So an example is if you're using a TikTok video, but then you're going to go post that to YouTube Shorts or to Instagram Reels. That's great, but your head might be cut off because it's a completely different size video. So if you are going to be using video for multiple things, make sure that you're sizing it appropriately so your head doesn't get chopped off, so people can actually see what you're doing, what you're using. And of course, don't forget to fill in that caption because that is very important. Along the same lines, you want to make sure that your bio is up to date. How do you serve your clients? People want to know. They're looking at that first 2, maybe 3 lines of posts on your Instagram. When they go to look at your bio, they want to know who you are, who you serve, how you can help them, the problem that you solve. Making sure that's crystal clear along all the social media platforms is so important. Making sure that people can contact you is also equally as important, and kind of circles back to making sure that you're responding to people. That's huge. Whichever social media platform you choose, just choose a couple to start with, maybe even just one. Don't feel like you have to be posting on 23 channels all at once, because the likelihood of you being consistent is very slim. But starting with one and then building up over time will equal consistency, and people will know where to find you.